I bought this OG Xbox 360 with the Blaze dashboard from eBay for $150, and in this video, we're going to test it out and take an in-depth look at it. Now, I'm excited for this one. It's always a good day when you come across a Blaze dashboard 360 or even an NXE dashboard 360. Got some bubble wrap, some brown paper. All right, unwrapping this bad boy, let's take a closer look at it. So, all right, so at first glance, it looks like it's in pretty solid condition. You do have some marks here on the top that you can't really see on camera. But you know, nothing too crazy. Luckily the 360 is a matte white, so it's hard to get scratches and stuff on it. Now this is an AV port only console, so it's like one of the original 360s for 2005, and as you can see, it's from November 2005, so it's really old. Red Ring of Death Pro. And so we're going to open this console up and take a look on the inside and probably replace the thermal paste as well. Now, something interesting to point out here that I've never seen, usually on the 360s that I've seen, there's a big block of writing here about the power supply, the voltage, all that stuff. Here, there's only one little line there. Now, looking here at the front, looks pretty standard as well. Let's go ahead and take this faceplate off. So we have the faceplate off, and looking underneath the faceplate, we do still have the seal intact, which he said in the listing. Now, it is possible to, if you're very careful, you can open up a 360 without removing this seal. You have to know what you're doing though. And yeah, I mean, overall 360 looks pretty good. So one more thing, I forgot I wanted to compare a couple 360s. So here in the bottom, I have a DK Audi's 360 that I bought a while back. Here on the top is the one from this video. And as you can see, they are both, they have the same motherboard. They're both Xenon motherboards, which if you don't know, that's the OG Xbox 360 that's most prone to Red Ring of Death. No HDMI port. But there are some differences. So on the DK Audi's one, it's from 2006. The one we have in this video is from 2005. And you can see the labels are actually a little bit different. Like the serial number is spaced out here on this one. This one, the serial number is close together. And now here on the power port, which is what I noticed earlier, I said there's not much writing up here. It's just yeah, I don't think I've ever actually seen that, but just kind of interesting to see. And here's an interesting tidbit. So back in December, after I made a video review of one of the Xbox 360s that DK Audi sent me, somebody from their office actually called me and said they were going to take my feedback seriously. Now, it wasn't this 360 right here, but it was a very similar one. And then I started wondering, how did they even get my phone number? So ultimately, I did figure out that I put my phone number on the order details. So they had the phone number on file, no issues there. But it makes you wonder, how many companies have your phone number? And I'm not talking about normal companies, I'm talking about data brokers, which are the people that you don't want to have your phone number. And how do we fix that? Well, that's where Aura Security comes into play, and Aura is the sponsor of today's video. So what is Aura? Well, Aura is an easy-to-use app that includes everything you need to stay safe online. And one of the coolest features that Aura has is that you can put your gamertag into their system, and they'll notify you if your gamertag is leaked on the dark web. And now my favorite feature about Aura, and this is the one that helps remove your phone number from the internet, is that they help you fight back against those annoying websites that make your personal information public by automatically requesting removal of your personal info, which helps reduce robocalls. And as you can see here on the screen, Aura has already sent over 20 opt-out requests for me personally. But Aura does so much more than just that. They give you near real-time alerts on suspicious credit inquiries. They have a VPN that allows you to stay anonymous on the internet. They protect your devices from viruses. They help you manage what your kids can do on their devices, and they even have a password manager. Now, I'm sure you already have an app that does, you know, maybe one of these things, but with Aura, you can do all of these things in just one app. So let Aura do the hard work for you. They'll keep you safe online, and if you use my link to sign up today, you'll get a free 2-week trial. And trust me, you'll be surprised at how much personal information Aura finds on the internet in those 2 weeks. So go to aura.com/jrob or scan the QR code on the screen to start your free trial today. All right, everything's plugged in. Let's go ahead and turn the console on. Make sure it works. Got that nice 360 hum, you know. And here it is. Oh yeah. Got that boot up screen. Let's please hope that it's Blades and not something else. Oh yeah, there it is. Blaze dashboard, baby. Oh yeah, that's what you like to see. So it's so funny, the Blaze dashboard, I never even personally owned a Blaze dashboard 360. Like I bought my first one in 2009 when I was on the NXE, but I remember scrolling through the Xbox website back in like 2005, 2006 and looking at the marketplace online, and I remember it having some sort of Blaze dashboard theme. And so like the Blaze dashboard is nostalgic for me, even though I didn't have a 360 with it. Now I've played around with a lot of Blaze dashboard 360 since then. You know, it's nostalgic, it's cool. The blades fit the 360 perfectly. You got your system with the settings and stuff. You got media. Media was a big thing on the 360. You know, media center, you could add your own music and stuff. You could play your music in the background while you played games. You know, you got games here. You got Xbox Live, Marketplace. Now obviously you can't use Xbox Live on the NXE anymore, or the Blaze dashboard anymore, since you would have to update. Which we're not going to do. Let's go ahead and open this tray up, and surprisingly the tray works. If you guys know anything about 360s, these disk drives get stuck all the time, especially on the old models. Now looking at this console, it looks like it's honestly like barely ever been used, because It just looks pretty good for a 2005 model. Usually these things are filthy. But let's put a game in. We got Prey. This one is from, I think, 2005. It's one of the, I don't know if it's a launch game or not, but it's one of those really early games that shouldn't make me update. Well, at least let's hope not. Yeah, it looks like it's going to launch here. And man, this thing is loud. Let me just, if you guys have never experienced the 360 and the loud disk drive, let me just give you a little experience right here. And honestly, that's not even that bad. Like, I've heard it a whole lot worse. Now, the other cool thing about the blades is, like, I love how the blades slide out from the side when you press the home menu. I don't know, man. Like, I'm sure a lot of people don't agree with me, but I just think I thought the blades are cool. NXC was probably the best in terms of functionality and coolness, but, you know, let me know down below which one's your favorite. I think consensus is people like the blades and NXC better than the Metro, but let me know down below what you think. And we're going to test out a game here, make sure it works. So far, it's loading up, no problem. And yeah, like I said, when you press the home button here, slides in your blade from the side. Just like a cool functionality. It works quickly too. Like, that's the thing I love about the blades. It's so fast and crisp. And it seems so much, it might not be faster, but it seems faster than the Metro. It's probably just the blinding nostalgia. I love this beginning scene in Prey where you're in this bathroom. You can jump in front of the mirror and this guy's got hops for days, like a 50-inch vertical. Come in here and mess with this dirty toilet. It's kind of funny. But I mean, the game's working. No problems. I'm honestly not going to play it for too long because I don't want to Red Ring of Death myself. I want to replace the thermal paste before I play this too much. Honestly, I probably won't play it too much. It's just kind of cool to have around. But let's go back to the main dashboard and take a look at a few more things. So obviously we played a game. Come back to Marketplace. I really wish I could explore the Marketplace on the Blaze dashboard. It would just be so cool. And then of course, let's come over here to System Settings, check out the console settings, and see what the dashboard number we're on is. So we're on 2.0.6717.0. So I'm not sure exactly when that's from, but I'll throw it up on the screen. Probably from 2006, I would guess. I always thought this disk drive thing at the bottom of the screen was so cool as well. I don't know, man. It's just the little things. You know, I wish Microsoft and Xbox would go back to those days. It just felt like it had more personality here than the Series X and the Xbox One. Just felt bland, to be honest. Let's go ahead and eject this game here, and I'm gonna try to see if I can load up this external disk drive, or excuse me, this external hard drive. It's not even external, it just plugs into the hard drive slot. And I think this hard drive is from the NXC, so I'm hoping this doesn't mess me up, but let's try it anyway. It looks like it might work without the NXC dashboard. It's got 4 profiles found. We got Al, Dick Tracy, Kev, Tracy. If you guys remember, I actually bought this. I got this from a Goodwill 360 like a year or two ago, I think. Now let's see. Yeah, it lets you sign. Okay, that's nice. I honestly thought it was gonna make me upgrade to NXC, but here we are on Al's profile. 1245 gamer score. Can we check out his messages? No, I gotta connect to Xbox Live. That would have been cool. Games library. Oh man, I love this list. So much better than the newer ones. Assault Heroes, Cloning Clyde, Feeding Frenzy. These are all such old games. Lost Planet Online demo. Guys, I talk about it every time I'm in a 360 video. I love demos. They're so nostalgic for me because if you guys are like me, you were a kid when you played the 360. You didn't have much money, so you played a lot of demos. I mean, just how it was. You got played games here. You got Skate, Saw, Modern Warfare 2. Then you got your achievements here. I've never actually explored the Blades dashboard menu in the achievements section. I think the games library and achievements section are just another level of cool. I've said that like a million times in this video, but it's nostalgic. It's cool. But let's go ahead and turn this console off. I want to open it up for the first time, see what it looks like on the inside. We're going to clean it out, probably replace the thermal paste, all that good stuff. Yeah, see if we can get this baby running for a little bit longer than just for the next few weeks, because putting my hand behind here, I don't feel much hot air, which means the thermal paste is probably not doing much. There's probably not much thermal paste left at all, frankly. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have the faceplate and the side pieces off, and before I continue, I have a question for you guys. I'm not sure if anybody will know the answer, but I just noticed this. So the faceplate here on the bottom is from this 360. This faceplate is from a 360 from like 2006. And if you notice, they're very similar, but the little symbol here is actually fatter than this one. Like, this one's really skinny. This one's a little bit fatter. Do you guys know if the original OG 360 had a fatter ring right here? Like, this is the only console I think I've ever seen that on. Maybe I have seen it in the past, I just didn't notice it, but there's something interesting to point out. Now let's go ahead and move on and open this console up. And there's a few things I already noticed here that kind of suck. Like, it's got a little bit of rust. It's actually, this side is not too bad. It's got some rust up there, nothing too crazy yet. Now this is not a refurbished console, so I don't expect it to be clean. Now on this side, yeah, I don't see much rust. There is a little bit of rust, but nothing too crazy. Now let's keep opening it up. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to break this seal right here. I don't like doing it, but We got to. And guys, I mentioned earlier this console was manufactured in 2005, but what I didn't mention is it was literally manufactured the day after launch. Pretty crazy. I don't think I've ever had a 360 in my hands from that's that old. You know, frankly, I don't think there's that many launch 360s left. They all have Red Ring of Death. But let's go ahead and finish opening this thing up. All right, let's pull this cover off. And indeed, all of the screws are intact. And of course, this piece, that's where this piece always breaks. But it does look like it's never been opened before, so let's keep going now. And this is going to trigger a lot of you guys, but 360 at this point is, I guess it's retro. I mean, it's been out for almost 20 years. It's pretty crazy. All right, taking this top cover off. It's not that dusty, honestly, for how old it is. It does have dust in here, obviously, but not too much. It's just like a layer of dust. And you got the Hitachi LG drive. If you guys don't know, there were a bunch of different 360 hard or disk drives. Let's go ahead and take this piece out as well. All right, so probably the dirtiest part of the console is the fan here. And guys, like, honestly, for a console from 2005 that hasn't been cleaned or refurbished, this is, I mean, it's pretty clean. It's dirty on the fan, but everything else just has a layer of surface dust. But let's go ahead and take the motherboard completely out, and we're going to go ahead and check out what that thermal paste looks like, because I can't imagine it looks very good. And something else I just noticed taking this apart, there are no thermal pads here, so that's something they added in a later revision. I'm not sure. I think they actually started adding those later on in the Xenon motherboard's lifetime. Because I'm pretty sure I've seen a Xenon motherboard with those thermal pads. It's just interesting seeing what kind of revisions they made here, because obviously they had tons of problems when they first started out with the Red Ring of Death, and we're trying to make improvements as fast as possible. All right, guys, first X clamp is off. I am very interested to see what this thermal paste looks like, and oh yeah, there's actually more than I thought there would be, but it's all the thermal paste on the chip is pretty much completely dry. Let me zoom in here so you can see this better. All right, so there you go, guys. As you can see, just like barely anything left on that chip. And same with the heat sink. And for those of you that don't know, thermal paste is critical for a system like this, so it can transfer the heat from the chip to the heat sink. Fan blows the heat out, and it keeps your system cool. If it doesn't stay cool, it gets Red Ring of Death, dies, and you can't ever play it again. So very critical. Now let's take the other one off and see how it looks as well. And it was kind of stuck. Oh man. Dude, there is nothing left there. That one's even worse. Oh my goodness. Like, dude, how is this console even working? Just like no thermal paste left. Oh man. And guys, let me know down below if you want to see refurbishing videos in the future. I'm going to stop the video here. I'm not going to actually do it the rest on camera. So you guys probably thought this video was over, but unfortunately it is not. This console is taking a turn for the worst. Let me just go ahead and turn it on and show you what the issue is now. All right, so you can kind of already see it here when it's booting up, but clearly the screen looks bad. Like there's a waviness to it, weird colors, and we don't know what happened. Somehow in the process of either me taking it apart or Danny, my editor, putting it back together, something happened and it created this issue. Now the weird thing is the console still works, it still turns on, there's no Red Ring of Death, but it seems like the GPU, I guess, was on its last leg, and somehow in our process, the GPU flexed or something, and this happened. I don't know how to explain it, but it is kind of weird that I don't have a Red Ring of Death, and I've never seen this particular issue before, so please let me know down below if you've seen this before, if you know how to fix it. I could probably reflow the chip and it'd be good for a little bit, but we all know reflowing does not last very long, so let me know if you have a more permanent fix, because I would like this console to last longer. It is a very unique console, being a launch console with a Blaze dashboard still, so super unfortunate. And the weird thing is when we put this console back together and took it apart, saw no issues at all. Like, it looked perfectly fine. We didn't scratch anything. Usually when you break something on a board, you know it because you accidentally scratch a trace or bend something snaps, but absolutely none of that happened here. It just is kind of just a freak accident. But like I said, it kind of just goes to show you how these old consoles are just they're bound to fail at some point. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.